you see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing.
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dahnan. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shionne. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicent once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Dahnans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dahnan as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
I see someone who looks troubled about something.
A little compassion can make all the difference. I propose...
Ah! Got sand in my eyes!
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed, Mahag Sar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Renan is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dahna's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Dahnans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shionne?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
Go no further!
Wind! Take this!
Thunderblade!
Slap the shock!
Water, hear my call!
You're mine! Start us!
Spear, here's evil! Here!
This one's all mine!
Freeze Lancer!
You picked the wrong fight!
Here goes!
Here I come!
I never fit!
Strike! I'll smash you! It's
Now!
over! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
Right, here goes!
Vanquish darkness!
Start us! This one's all mine! I'm on it! Start us! Enough!
I'm also good with airborne charges.
You picked the wrong fight!
The tide of battle has turned.
That's the power of comrades in arms.
You're finished!
Comrades in arms.
Rising Falcon!
Too sentimental?
Come and face me! Not a chance!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's all ruined. Houses and everything else.
even if it would... It's all in the name of beating the Renans. This is...
I hate camping out.
This place gives me the creeps. You really think that lord is hiding out here?
Be careful. The air is dense with astral energy. Something's not quite right about this place.
How are you able to pick up on all this stuff anyway? Is it something that all astral arts wielders can do?
I must admit, I'm curious myself. Perhaps her Dahnan bloodline has something to do with it.
Dohalim.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
Stay alert, everyone. There's a good chance that she already knows we're here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. I suppose if you're a lord going into hiding, a forest is one place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
exhausting.
Right, here goes! Last lift shock! I'm on it! You're mine!
Come and face me!
Sorry to be a father.
We've all got enough on us.
Yes, ma'am.
Take this!
It's almost too strong.
Split it open! Be my guest! I'll finish you here and now! Last lift shock!
Not on my watch!
Talent storm!
I can carve through armor.
Hold nothing back! You're my turn! Thanks! I'm on it!
Do they not teach you to say thank you in Dahnan?
Not to a Renan.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart for your heart's
Here
content.
and now! It's over! Bang flash!
By the power of divine
Take it!
Anything in order is all mine.
There you are!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Not today! You're mine!
Now you see
It's
what I
like
can
trying to
do.
keep up with a wall.
Eat this. Take this.
The tide of battle
airborne
has
scoundrels.
turned. Sounds like a job for yours
comrades in
truly.
arms.
Right. Comrades in arms.
What? Sentimental?
Here I go. Not in your dreams. You're
Battle
mine.
leap in an instant! Impact block!
I need to be stronger. For the hideout of a runaway lord, this place is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Do you think she had it built with that in mind?
No. Personally, I think this used to be part of a Dahnan castle or fortress of some sort.
How can you tell?
For one thing, it doesn't look like a storehouse. For another, it's old, and you can tell it was built to let people hole up inside of it.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the first thing about brick. You know, I've always thought you were a smart little cookie, but damn, Rinwell, you really know your stuff.
It's no big deal. I've just read a lot of books is all.
If this is meant to be a castle, there wasn't much to it above ground. Are there such things as underground castles?
There probably used to be more of it above ground. That is, until 300 years ago.
So the main structure must have been lost during the time of the invasion, with only the underground part remaining. And then this lord decided to use it for her own purposes. Have I got that right?
But what reason could she have for using this place instead of staying back in her own castle?
That's what we're here to find out. Whatever it is, she's up to no good.
Right. It's all the more reason we need to hurry up and find her before it's too late.
Lightning Tiger Blade!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Oh yeah? Think you could beat me at arm wrestling?
When have I not beaten you?
Right. I'll just go on ahead then.
Let me help! It's go time! Come here! I'm surrounded!
You shouldn't have messed with me!
Here I come!
His armor!
I'm on it! Here I come!
Fine, great! Why can't they just sit still?
Shionne, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
I'll stop its
Lead
charge!
the enemy, Kisara.
Back in their defenses!
Glad you have your...
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
You're mine!
Dance in the wind! Healing circle! Get on in there with the others.
Prepare to be sealed, Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Here I come!
Ready and set!
Laser
I can carve through armor!
Steel force!
Strike!
Breezeless!
This could be useful. This place is full of weird machinery, old and new. Just what the hell was she doing here?
By all appearances, the sort of unsavory research she wouldn't want to see divulged.
Even to other Renans? That's a scary thought.
No backing down! Eat this!
Let's give it a whirl!
Start up!
Get on in there with the others! I never miss! Dance in the wind! Now!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
Light astral energy!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly! Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
This place goes pretty deep underground.
It was probably built that way so it could still be used, even if the above-ground portion got destroyed.
Perhaps that's why it's still here, and why it was made into her hideout. It would certainly stand to reason. It would appear we can descend down where the railing has fallen apart.
What? Are you serious?
Hi, Poodle!
Burn! I'm on it! Here I come! It's over!
I'll be saving the power of water!
Curls up! Time to get out of the way!
Here goes!
It's almost too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest.
It's over!
Where are you going?
Take this!
Plasma shock!
Do it!
Stardust! Here I come!
Glacial spear!
Rising
Here's
thunder!
Aether! Blah, blah, blah!
Take this, Master!
Do it!
Blow it to
Did you hear it now?
Wow! Look what I just found.
Gone!
Damn it! This one's all mine!
Break it, does it!
Everyone hanging in there?
With this, I can become even stronger.
And thus our strength yet grows.
We're in good form! There's nobody here. It's been nothing but Zeugles. No lords, no Renan forces.
They have to be holed up somewhere, right?
From the look of things, I don't think anybody's been here for a while. If anyone was here, they're long gone now.
That can't be.
Look out!
We'll figure this out later. Right now, this thing needs dealing with.
I don't understand. Is Balseph live?
He didn't seem the type to lead us on a wild goose chase.
Hey! Save your questions until after we manage to finish this thing! Take this!
Divine
Take this! Killing Storm! Hit a word! Earth smoke!
None shall
Oh,
escape.
now you're talking!
Take this! You're finished!
Red, take the kid to the wind! Air thrower! Photon, magic healing! Air thrust! Power
You're
photon!
mine!
Lunar corruption!
It's finished!
Let's I never miss! Hey, dance in the wind!
I'm sorry to be a father.
We've all got enough.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss.
Dragon Shell!
Resuscitate!
No further! Enjoy the ground while you're down there.
You're mine! First strike! Hit the dragon! I'm on!
Try harder! My turn! I'm not
I'll
done!
heal you all! The enemy
You're
is going
mine.
all out! Healing circle!
We've got him on the run.
Don't get cocky!
Right. Still anyone's fight.
Try harder! This one's all mine! Eat this!
Trigger dragon!
Will this help? Don't mind if I do! Element render! I'll heal you all!
Anything in armor is all mine! Armor won't save you!
Hey, that... A freezing meal!
To stop you dying?
I never miss! Dimming darkness! Will this help?
In a bind?
Healing divine streak!
I'm not done!
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint.
No, that is silly.
Annihilation! Not in your dreams! Hamming
You'll pay for that! Not today!
It's weakened now!
Done with it in an instant! Impact block!
So much for finding the Lord. Come on, let's get back to Niaz.
Shionne, calm down. This isn't like you. What's wrong? Talk to me.
It's none of your concern.
Even after everything we've been through together?
The two of us are only helping each other because our interests overlap, remember?
Are you serious? You helped me come to terms with Zephyr's death. You put your life on the line to save me. Don't tell me you did all that out of necessity. That it was only because we have a common goal. Fine.
Huh?
You don't want to answer? Then I'll do whatever I like from now on, too. Clearly, I'm just bothering you. So it doesn't matter if you tell me what's on your mind. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop looking out for you. Not now, not ever.
That's not fair. Why can't you just leave me alone? You don't know the first thing about me.
But I do. I know you care about the pain of others. You care, Shionne. That's why I want to help.
Because of my thorns, I thought I had been doomed to a life of solitude. Until the day I died, I knew I would be alone.
And now?
The truth is, I'm trying to end my curse and get rid of my thorns.
Get rid of? There's a way to do that? Really?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is there's a chance. But that's the reason I need the Renis Alma.
The Renis Alma?
The Master Core to end all Master Cores. It is bestowed upon the winner of the crown contest, the new sovereign, as proof of their victory. It must be assembled from all 5 Master Cores.
That's why taking down the Lords is so important to you. But Shionne, you're not in this alone. If there's a chance we can rid you of your thorns, I'll be by your side the whole way.
That includes us, right?
What kind of friends would we be otherwise?
Thank you.
Dahnan liberation and the Renis Alma. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us. If we have any hope of finding this lord and their master core, we start by heading back to Nias.
Man, who would have thought we'd ever get thanked by Shionne?
Sounds like someone wants me to grab their arm.
About damn time.
Took long enough.
But that's...
Right. I can't wait.
Head on over to the plaza.
What's going on? It seems busier here than before.
Hey, look! Isn't that Bayfon over there?
Ah, there you are. It seems I owe you all an apology. I'm guessing you didn't find the Lord back in the forest, did you?
No, but something tells me you already knew that.
That I did. Turns out I bit down on some bad intel when I should have known better. Apparently, Deadheim's not as trusting of me as I thought.
But why would he feed you bad intel?
My guess? He wanted me to lead you all astray. Make sure you weren't sniffing around where he didn't want you to be. While you were off in the forest, I got word that one of our squads captured the Lord. The place wasn't even close to where you were searching.
I see. Well, the important thing is that you finally caught her. Did you suffer many casualties?
You're not going to believe this, but she didn't even put up a fight. She had no escort either.
Well, what about her master core? Was it recovered?
Sorry. They only briefed me on the basics. For now, Deadheim's getting ready to make his victory speech out in the plaza. In the meantime, I've been ordered to set up a defense perimeter around the outside of the city. So I'll be out of town for a while. I imagine Deadheim will announce what he intends to do with the Lord during his speech. You'll have to let me know how it goes. Anyway, until next time.
A Renan lord surrendering without a fight? Something doesn't add up here.
I'm afraid I can't say I know much of her lordship personally.
There's a lot about this that doesn't make sense. The Master Core is a concern too. Let's stick around like Bayfon suggested and see what happens. We don't leave until we get to the bottom of this. I'm worried about just what Deadheim has in store for Almadria. For now, let's wait at the inn until he gives his victory speech.